Hello, my name is Isabella. Some refer to me by more official titles like Isabella of Aragon, Isabella of Castile, La Catolica, or Isabella the Catholic. I was born in Madrigal de las Altas Torres, April 22, 1451, into a wealthy political family. John II of Castile is my father, and Isabella of Portugal my mother. My social status remains as high as it was as a child, royalty. I have come a long way since my childhood, though. I could not have accomplished most of these feats if it wasn't for my beloved husband, Ferdinand. I married Ferdinand in 1469. He ruled Aragon alone at the time, but when I came along, we established a wonderful bond. My half-brother, King Henry, died in 1474 and left me throne. This became my job, which I loved dearly. Together, Ferdinand and I decided to rule Castile and Aragon conjunctively. This bond brought great unification to these two Spanish kingdoms and laid down a path to success and prosperity. We became known as the Catholic Kings. As I do credit my significant other Ferdinand with much of my success, I also admire myself in many ways as well. My perseverance, boldness, strong and willing ways helped me gain my throne and stay there in well respect. I am proud to say that I do not regret any decisions I made at throne, and that my people stayed by my side in great honor due to their well-liking of me. I stayed open-minded to the best interests of my citizens, but logical in times of despair. For example, Ferdinand and I completed the Reconquista and sponsored Christopher Columbus in both in 1492. We finished what was necessary for our land with the Reconquista, but also took into consideration what might be best based on adventure and took the right risk sponsoring Columbus overseas to the west. Speaking of accomplishments at throne, let me tell you more about my successes. I am responsible for establishing the Reconquista. Prior to this, I am accredited with driving the Jews and Muslims out of Spanish lands in best interest for the safety and social unity of my people. Another great accomplishment of mine was funding Christopher Columbus. I sponsored him and supported his expeditions to the west in search of fertile land and living capability. If I were to be compared to any animal, I would have to say that I would be a cat. I say this because although my soft, sweet external appearance lures you into thinking I am innocent, I am fierce and feisty internally. Also cat-like, I am very open-minded and curious. I am extremely studious and spent many of my years learning and researching new languages, reading books, and more. Studying was my main interest. Education was very important to me, and I made it a point to instill these great values of knowledge and learning in my children. I had 5 children: Isabella, John, Joan, Maria, and Catherine. I did my best to provoke piety, virtue, and strength among my children, my people, and especially women of my kingdom. I love my power, throne, job as queen, and positive effect that I have had on my land. I am very content with my accomplishments and status in life. I am glad that I have been able to make a difference and better the lives of my people.